welcome back to the show, the Community Engagement Group Thunderdome. If you know the Bull with Andy Carlson, Minnesota's 87th best weekly podcast, the show about everything and nothing, coming right at your ass one day a week. Happy Friday. Sinchuk and his Uncle Nick. Give him a follow on Twitter at Nickerson. Hey, how's it going, Nick?
Going good. Thanks for having me.
Tell a friend, spread the word. iTunes, Stitcher, radio as well. Nick, do you remember this song?
No.
Yeah.
Definitely not who I was thinking of.
Late 90s, early aughts, trash rock. Next, 95.7, The Rock. I do have a certain soft spot, as we've talked about many times on here, for that sweet spot of 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. Just not notable historically, but super catchy, super just trash rock.
Uba Skank.
I mean, come on. Rolling around in the Chevy Corsica that I had back in the day.
I don't remember the song, though. That's what's so weird about it.
That was good. But, no, I'm not even talking about Hoobastank because they had, like, a good following. I'm talking about bands usually had one hit, did some tours, did, like, the local rock festivals, played a couple state fairs, and then just disappeared. Like, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Seether. I'm talking about Crossfade. I'm talking about Smile, Empty Soul. It's just a good sweet spot. Skip ahead. Come on.
I don't remember this.
Oh, I love when music videos used to be a thing. Like, do they still make music videos?
Of course, YouTube. It's just straight to YouTube now.
Yeah.
How about
Hold on. Also, the chicks in all the videos are really good looking.
Oh, that's the song. Oh my God. I'm playing Stop Touching Me.
Man, I love rock bands that have the dual lead singers. So the guy singing now, looks like he's rhythm guitarist, at least. But the other guy, it looks like he's just a vocalist. Even though apparently that's all he does on this song, is that he's just backup vocals.
I'm distracted. What?
Also, I missed all rock lead singers having soul patches and eyebrow rings.
It still blows around.
Also, drinking Rockstar Energy drinks. Oh, come on.
I think Coheed and Cambria is playing at Armory this weekend or next weekend.
Man, they were good too.
Yeah,
we'll get to that. Someone else is good is Josh Pelto of Remax Preferred. I always meaning to ask him about his thoughts on my genre of music, but always slips my mind mainly because he's too busy slanging these houses, buying, selling houses. Whether you want to do in this market, he can hook you up. He's got almost 10 years of experience in the market, even though he looks like the babyface killer. And also, he is the one that will walk you through this entire process because it's really big. Biggest purchase of your life. Give him a call, 763-213-4617, joshpelto.com. Josh Pelto, Remax Preferred. Nick, what's your favorite Coheed and Cambria song?
The only one I know is Welcome Home.
Oh.
That's the only one that's the only one I think of our friend Kostecki. Because I think he made me a mix CD once and I had Coheed and Cambria. Me trying to learn some rock.
Whatever happened to DJ Shazzy?
He was just in town. He's a speaker now. I think he just spoke at a business conference in Minneapolis.
Look at that dual Gibson guitar. Straight out of AC/DC.
That's tight. See, I think the song got big for them because I think it was used in like Rock Band or one of those.
I know. I think it was on Madden.
Something. Yeah, Not the face I pictured singing that. Looks like a long, curly-haired Bobby Monahan.
That's probably about right. He needs work. It's okay. I think this is my favorite one. Actually, you know what? We should just rename the show going through 90s stuff and early 2000s stuff, because that's really all it is, but that's okay. This is my favorite Coheed and Cambria song. Favorite House Atlantic.
I can't see this guy singing it like that.
Anyways. So that's that. Nick, we got the game. We have How Old They Be movie journalists. That'll be fun. As well as... All right, so you got your DNA did? How'd it go?
Oh, yeah, okay. A few months ago, for years now, I've been seeing commercials for Ancestry.com, DNA and Me, forever, and I've always been curious about it. So a little over a month ago, I decided to submit to it and spit into a little vial and see if they would come back with my DNA. And I got my results back. So
how did it go?
It turned out pretty much what I thought I was, or how I was raised to be brought up, was kind of how it was broken down to, where it broke down, for those of you who don't know, I have a Filipino father and a white mother, so I knew I was, Asian with European, and just, I was just kind of curious how it would divide up. So according to AncestryDNA.com, I'm 32%, quote, Asia East. I'm 20% Scandinavian, and then I'm 15% Polynesian, which is all Philippines anyway. You might as well just put those two ones together. So 45%, 48% is Asia, and then the rest is a mix of European, where 8% Ireland, Scotland, Wales, 7% Great Britain. That was kind of the shocker.
Why shocker?
Great. I never knew I was part Great British, even though you can argue, because I knew I was part Irish, but it's hard to. I didn't think Great Britain would be kind of part of that. But
are you at all disappointed with the results?
No, not at all.
Like, were you looking to be surprised? Like, did you want some African or some like Pacific Islander Asian besides?
I kind of was looking for something else, or something shocker, and they gave me a low confidence region percentages of random things. So it says low confidence, so maybe this could be a sign of like ancestors, and it gave me 6% Iberian Peninsula, which is Spain, Portugal. So that kind of gave me a little a little Spanish flair. That'd be kind of sweet to ride. Central Asia, a lot of just random European, Finnish, part Russian.
Finish him.
Less 1%. But that's very small percentages. I was just, my father, who I love dearly, has.
Do you though?
We have issues here and there, but who's born in the Philippines, so I assumed I would be 50% straight up Philippines, but Dad always talked about having Chinese heritage.
Oh.
Question mark. He talked about having relatives so and so. So I was kind of looking more for that. And the problem with this ancestry DNA is that there wasn't that. It's super vague to a point, because I just said Asia East was 33%, which it highlights that Philippines. So I'll give them props that they got Philippines right in a couple of these places for the Polynesian part and the East Asian part. But there's a giant. I'll show it, and I think Andy's seen my map here, but there's a giant circle around like Japan and China, Mongolia and Indonesia and all those Southeast Asian.
Is this one of the things where how much was it?
What?
How much was your test?
Oh, it was on sale for $69.
All right. Now, I feel like this is a thing where you get that done for $69. Nice. And then, like for more in-depth stuff, you have to pay $500.
Yes.
Where it's like, this just gives you enough where you're interested, like you're in the game now. And then that's where they get you.
Yeah. No. It's Ancestry has been sending emails since signing up for them. Like, if you want to do more in-depth stuff, you have to pay for a subscription. I'm like, subscription for what? Yeah. Just tell me the info once. And anyway, which as of right now, I'm not interested in doing it. This is why
when you're on the front row at the strip club, it's only $1. That's how they're getting you, Nick.
Yeah, but I'm not that interested because all that other stuff is more like personal level. Like there must be family documents or whatnot. But I mean, it's still very, this has only been the last few years. This ancestry DNA, and there's hundreds of things. What's the other big one? 23andMe and stuff. There's a lot of groups who are doing this, and it'll take time for others to want to spit samples and.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that yet because I don't trust it. Like, they found that serial killer through, like, 23andMe, didn't they? Or one of these ancestry things.
I think I heard that, and I was definitely concerned. I mean, not that I would ever commit a crime or anything, but it just seems kind of like, well, if I was a murderer, maybe do I want to spit and, like, have it on public? I mean, I don't know.
I don't like information being used like that. Where, yes, it was great that they caught the serial killer, but, I mean, where do you draw the line?
I agree. That's a Law and Order episode for another day, I think. But, yeah, I mean, it's... I don't know. It was very interesting. As I said, it's vague, but I have no regrets doing it whatsoever. This was, this little piece of knowing a little bit of where I'm from, building up confidence that... a lot of the mixed white from my mother's side. Not sure what all that was. I have an idea now, and it's something to embrace a little bit.
Do you feel like a real person?
I feel like a real person, finally.
Do you want to go to a paella cook?
For to satisfy that 6% Iberian?
Yeah.
I kind of do. Paella is pretty sweet.
Yeah, it is really good. But... what else? You should submit your brother.
I told because I didn't tell a lot of family I did this, so I did tell my brother today with the results, and he says he's always been curious, and I think he would want to do it too. But I think the thing of it is, and we were talking about it with your wife earlier about how the whole DNA thing, like two sister Siamese twins or whatever. Submitted or like something switched at birth. I don't know if our stuff will be, if our DNA is comparative to each other. Like if my brother submits it, like will be listed as brother. Yeah. I don't think it's like a paternity test. It's not like Maury or anything. Because I've always been curious. With like it says my relationship with my family, my parents, my mom and dad. It has always. Was kind of a rocky start. I won't get to on the podcast to bore you guys, but
you already did.
So as I said, I don't think it's that type of DNA testing. I think it's just like where you're from.
And you are not the father. What's your stance on like Comic-Con conventions? Like, is there one that you would want to go to?
Oh yes, this weekend is the big one, the one down in San Diego. That's. It's beyond like nerdiness of comic books because I never read comic books growing up. It's movie producers. It's the people who are promoting movies, and
it's Joss Whedon.
Yep, and what's big about this year's Comic-Con is that there's not going to be Marvel is not going to be present. I believe Stranger Things. I don't think they were going to be there, or Game of Thrones yet, because I think Game of Thrones is in production right now, and the Marvel stuff, there's no big Marvel movies until next year. So,
what's the next one coming out?
The next one, I believe, is Captain Marvel.
Yep.
Yeah, but this year it's really big on DC. They're trying to push DC. I think the new Wonder Woman 1984 is going to be heavily pushed, and I think Aquaman's movies. So and it gives a chance for a lot of people, it gives a chance for a lot of people to kind of get into these like cool nerdy, but without the too much of that like nerd stigma,
Is it though?
And there is a Comic-Con coming to Minnesota. Small, we get smaller ones, and I think there are a couple random like B celebrities. One guy from Game of Thrones, Summer Gao is going to be here. People who actually like. I think.
Oh, is she the Terminator?
Yeah, she was the Terminator, the hot one.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Who was in Firefly, I think.
Why do people love Firefly so much?
A show I have not seen. I guess it was like a fun cowboy Star Trek, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was like only on for one season. I don't think like Fox didn't promote it. Like it was just kind of beyond its time. Like people didn't realize how good it was until it got canceled.
Like who was that? Nathan Fillion?
Nate Fillion, who was Castle. Summer Gao. That's the only one. Those are the only two I can. Oh, Gina Torres, I think, was on it.
Yeah. Nate Fillion was also on Saving Private Ryan.
I did not know that.
He was the guy that they originally come across that is... all right, so they're looking for James Francis Ryan and from Iowa, and they find a guy named James Frederick Ryan from Minnesota, and that's Nate Fillion.
Oh, sorry.
And they're like, yeah, your brother's all dead. He starts crying. I was like, come on, man. Minnesota, step up. Anyways, let's play a game.
These are old.
69, dudes!
The question is, how old?
Get off my lawn.
Time for another rousing round of how old they be.
I can't let you in because you're old as fuck. For this club, not, for the earth.
All right, so you know and love the game. Producer Allie has given us a dozen names here, and we guessed age. However many were off, that is our score, and lowest score at the end wins. If you get a dead nuts on, you get a 5-point deduction, and it'll be a good time. So first up, the theme is movie and TV journalists.
Ooh, exciting.
You are fake news. Number one, Johnny Depp, who played Raoul Duke in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. It's a good movie.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So Benicio del Toro at the height of his power was going on. All right, Johnny Depp.
That was the height of his power.
I feel like he might be sneaky old. Like, it might come out that he's like 60. I'm like, yeah, that's about right. Because he's been around for a long time, like early 80s. What was it, St. Elmo's Fire? Or, no, 21 Jump Street.
Yep.
Actually, wasn't he on St. Elmo's Fire, too?
I don't think that was him. Nightmare on Elm Street was his big breakout role in 84.
All right, I'm going to go Johnny Depp is 52.
That's a 55.
55. Johnny Depp, 55. No.
Yes.
All right, so Nick is off to a rousing start, but we know that this is just going to fall apart and go pear-shaped on him. It's okay. Next up, Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood, who played Steve Everett in True Crime. Steve Everett in True Crime. I've never heard of this movie.
I never have either.
Yeah.
That was something, though.
All right. Clint Eastwood, I mean, he's still working. He's still directing, so he's still pretty spry, but, I mean...
He's one of those guys
If you shocked me, if you said he was 90, I'd be like, all right. Yeah. I will say...
He looked the same like 20 years ago as he does now, which is weird.
I'll say 86.
I said 83.
86, there we go. Nick says 80. Come on. All right, Nick said, how come this is not working now? All right, Nick says 83. Clint Eastwood is 88.
Ooh, nice.
At least he can time travel.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a big one. 3 out of 12, and how old they be, TV and movie journos. Sally Field, who played Megan Carter in Absence of Malice. In like the 80s, Sally Field was like the name.
She was she was a big deal.
Like, who would you compare her to now? Jessica Chastain?
Yeah, I actually would. That's actually a good one. Bryce Dallas Howard, whatever.
They're the same person. Yeah. Them and Amy Adams and Isla Fisher. They're all the same person. How are so many redheads getting work? That's what I want to know. All right, so Sally Field.
That was something then.
I feel like she might even be in the Eastwood category, where if she's 90, I was like, all right, that makes sense. She's not that old. I will say Sally Field is 70. How's Burt Reynolds? 75.
Oh, shoot, I said 61.
61. Oh, this could be it. Sally Field, 71.
Ooh, nice, Andy.
Hey.
Damn, I was no.
Because like Burt Reynolds is old as hell. I like that he used to be part owner of the Tampa Bay Bandits, the USFL team, which is hilarious.
I did not know that.
Do you remember the show Evening Shade?
No.
I don't. Well, my parents watched it. I just was there as a kid. I was like, why are we watching this? Oh, yeah, because there's not 4 channels anymore, but there's like 30. Like back in the Stone Age. All right, next up. Patrick Fugit, who played William Miller in Almost Famous. I have no idea who this is.
I'm assuming it's the star character, the young kid who like was following the band. I think. Gosh, oh my God, how long ago was Almost Famous? Was that?
Did you like that movie?
Yeah, it was.
I never saw it.
I liked it. It was it was pretty entertaining. I don't know if I'd watch it again, but.
Yeah.
I was glad I saw it once. I think it was the Kate Hudson's breakthrough.
I don't think I like Kate Hudson. I don't know why. I have no basis for it. It's probably a bad character flaw on my part, but I was like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because she always plays sort of meh. Or like, people.
I don't know. I had a crush on her, but she's always like, she does play that. Over and over.
Name an actress you haven't had a crush on.
Wanda Sykes.
I thought you were going to say Sally Field. All right, Patrick Fugit. I'll say 35.
I said 43.
43. Patrick Fugit, but it is 35.
Wow.
Back in the game. Great guess for a guy I did not know who it is, but it's okay. Huh. Next up, Dustin Hoffman. Ooh, Dustin Hoffman played Carl Bernstein in All the President's Men. I like that it's one of the biggest stories and scandals in American politics history, and they named their source after a porno movie.
Oh, funny.
Deep Throat. Yeah. So Dustin Hoffman. Man, I feel like he's been out of the game for a while too. That happens when you just get old. Like Robert Redford.
Sean Connery's gone.
Gene Hackman. Yeah, he straight up retired. I will say Dustin Hoffman. I'll go for I'll say he's 90.
Shit, I said 80.
Oh, actually, might be in trouble now. Dustin Hoffman is 80.
Yes. Oh, Nick needed that one.
So Nick nailed it. Yeah, that was an error on my part. It's not that old. All right, next up, Holly Hunter. Holly Hunter played Jane Craig in Broadcast News. I've never heard of half these movies.
Broadcast News sounds familiar. That must be her early work, though. Oh gosh, I know Holly Hunter was a big name in the, I think, late 80s and 90s. She played, she was up there. Holly Hunter, what was her biggest role?
Raising Arizona. Is that her?
Yeah, I think that's her.
Yeah. All right, Holly Hunter.
Hang on, I need a second. All right,
I will say 54. Yeah, 54.
I said 51.
51. Holly Hunter is 60.
Ooh.
Swing and a miss. Happens. Number 7 out of 12. How will they be? TV, movie, journos. John Leguizamo, The Pest. Also Luigi. Manolo Bonilla in Chronicus. All right, so John Leguizamo. Okay.
That was something done.
I'll say 40s, probably late 40s. I'll say 48.
I said 52.
52. John Leguizamo, The Pest, is 53. Close shave. Nick, I feel like you're on your game this week.
I don't know. Yeah, John Leguizamo, I kind of almost knew because I've looked it up because the big thing with him was I remember him as a kid for The Pest and Luigi, but he's in the Keanu Reeves movies. John
Wick.
Yeah, the John Wick, and he is old. He's definitely not Luigi anymore. I'm like, what happened?
8 out of 12. Simon Pegg played Sidney Young in How to Lose Friends and Alienate People. Simon Pegg, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, great movie as well. I will say that Simon Pegg is 39.
I said 44.
44. Simon Pegg is 48.
Whoa, that's way older.
I am not having a good game. Hopefully we can get things together towards the end. All right, Jeremy Renner, who played Gary Webb in Kill the Messenger. You've never heard of this movie. So, Hawkeye, that whole thing. All right.
So the Avengers that you've never seen.
Is he going to get his own movie? Because
I don't think so.
Yeah. So Jeremy Renner.
I said something.
All right. I will say he is 42.
I said 45.
45. Jeremy Renner is 47.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going against my own rules of adding age to guys because it takes a while to break in. Anyways, number 10, Margot Robbie, who's awesome, playing Tanya Vanderpool in Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. It's a pretty good movie. Michael Sheen. Big difference. And also Tina Fey is the lead in it. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty good movie. Margot Robbie.
Oh, something down.
I think she might be sneaky young, though, even though she's been like the toast of the town for like 3 years. I will say 28.
I said 32.
32. Margot Robbie is 26. 28?
Looks like 28.
Is that 8 or 6? Yeah. I
mean, it's a 6.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'm in. Back in. Knew it. Nail Margot Robbie someday. 2 to go. How old they be? Movie, TV, journos. Could be close, could be not, because Dustin Hoffman just rammed me like straight up the chute, just like him and what was that movie where they're on the prison colony?
The prison.
Had
the castle or whatever.
I think Steve McQueen's in it. It's like in a penal colony.
Escape or something.
No, they're remaking it, and we'll figure it out later. So next up, Paul Rudd. Brian Fantana in Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy, also Ant-Man, Paul Rudd. All right, so I've been underestimating all the guys in this, so I need to overestimate just because that's how things work. I'm going to say Paul Rudd.
Okay, there you go.
I'm going to say Paul Rudd's 45.
I said 46.
46. Paul Rudd is 49. Oh.
Wow.
I didn't even do it enough. There you go. All right, last one is David Strathairn. David Strathairn played Edward R. Murrow in Good Night and Good Luck.
I know the name. I just can't. Yeah. Okay.
Pretty sure he's an older guy. Not like too old, though. Don't want to go Hoffman on the bit.
Okay. I wrote something down.
I don't guess 69 enough, so I'm just going to do that because it's funny.
I said 70.
70. David Strathairn is 69.
Whoa, no way.
With the chair out of nowhere. Way. Oh, Nick.
I hope that
might have been it.
That might have been it.
All right, so I have 3 dead nuts on. Nick has 2. So, with a final score of I can't do math. 166 to 170. I have emerged victorious.
You with that last one? Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah. So, actually, wait a minute. We had old scores in there. So, with a final score of 33 to 37, I still win.
You did. Wow. Yeah. Incredible.
It's okay. We both had a 10 off. You had an 8 and a 9, 9 and a 9 too.
Yeah. It was a close game, though.
Yeah, that one at the end, that was it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think that was pretty close.
It's okay. You'll have another week, Nick. Just not right now. Yep. But get the news ready. I'll tell you about the Strother Communications Group because they just redid our flagship site, purpleftw.com. Streamlined, mobile, sexy, responsive, all the buzzwords. Google AdWords, SEO, optimize, getting all that traffic whenever people Google really terrible Minnesota Vikings podcast, they will go to the site. Yeah. Help grow the business, help grow the brand, and they can do the same for you and a lot more. Find out more Go to scgpr.com, the Strother Communications Group. All right, Nick, let's do a little news.
You are fake news. Sir, go ahead. Can you...
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
I ain't got time to believe. You can't handle the truth.
The news with Uncle Nick.
All right, Nick, what's going on?
All right, starting with some environmental friendly news. From a week or two ago, Starbucks has announced their plans to get rid of plastic straws. And since first reporting this as a news story for Andy, I think quite a few companies are kind of leaning to this more environmental friendly stuff. I think McDonald's was looking into it as well. But Starbucks is planning to make a sippy cup type of cover for the top of their coffees. I mean, and I think they are putting
just for like iced coffees and iced tea, right?
I think for all of it.
I mean, because like hot coffee didn't have a straw to begin with.
Oh yeah, okay, good point. Yep, that's what I mean. And I mean, I think
they know those lids are made out of plastic, right?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I know. Yep, I thought the exact same thing too. They are trying to do. I know a number of companies are trying to do I think like maybe bamboo straw. They're looking for other materials, which you gotta respect. I mean, it's have you ever seen the whole garbage like Waste Island and stuff in like the Pacific? I mean, we do waste a lot of stuff. And
you know where we don't live? The Pacific.
I live there. I live there, Andy. And so, but I mean, this isn't going to happen overnight. I think they're estimating at least a couple years, like 2020 at least, to try to slowly get in. So, one of two quick Starbucks news. The other one that just aired today was we're filming. Starbucks is going to have a signing store, a store where a Starbucks where you use sign language to talk to your deaf customers. So that's pretty good for them.
That is cool. All right, so I know that people are just patting themselves on the back as we listen to Creed, My Own Prison. Great song as well. Patting themselves on the back over the plastic straws and we're going to save the planet. Like, I get it. It is a nice step in the right direction, but it is a drop in the bucket. But, I mean, to praise yourself for this, what bugs me about climate change, and humans definitely do play a role in it, but that role, the size of that role, it's not really determined, right? Like, I want to know what is specifically caused by humans and what is naturally the ebbs and flows of this rock that circles around a star. Like, humans didn't cause the Ice Age. That sort of happened. So, also with the global warming thing, it's like, if it's hot, global warming, humans, we're terrible. If it's cold, global warming, humans are terrible. Polar bear dies, humans are terrible. So it's like anything that you can attribute to the weather can be blamed on humans. Okay. Like, straw's going to bring back the polar bears? I don't know.
It might bring back one.
Yeah. But also those sippy cup things are good anyways, because, like, who cares? I guess I don't drink enough iced coffee or cold beverages.
Yeah, the store doesn't affect me either because I never shop at those places. So I'm trying to think like, do you think this will make people shop there more and then end up wasting more plastic anyways? I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways, what's next?
A few weeks ago we talked about IHOP changing their name to IHOB.
So stupid.
And then for the International House of Burgers, it's going back to IHOP. They realized it was just a stupid idea.
Well, it was a short-term thing anyway, right?
Yeah.
Are they still selling burgers?
I think so. I don't know why. Yeah. If you want to try breaking the industry, you can. I mean, can you beat Perkins and Embers? I don't know. I don't know. It shouldn't even be news. I'm sorry.
Well, here's the thing about Perkins is that restaurants like that, Perkins, Embers, Denny's, like, they're going to have a big menu. Like, you have breakfast, lunch, dinner options. And that's the whole selling point is that there's lots of options, except none of it's going to be great. Like what's the signature Perkins item? Besides chicken tender melt, no tomato.
I love that thing. They don't really have one.
You know, Nick, you should just make your own chicken tender melts.
I probably could.
Do it with Raisin Cane's.
That'd be sweet.
Just they gave you bread to begin with, so just put the Raisin Cane's in between the bread with a piece of cheese.
Fry up some bacon and some cheese and get some pepper jack cheese. Yeah, I could probably do that.
I feel like that should be a thing.
I don't want to do that right now.
Yeah. Anyways, what's next?
All right. Gal Gadot from Wonder Woman was spotted at a local children's hospital visit in her uniform, cheering up the kids. That was pretty sweet.
I feel like Gal Gadot is actually Wonder Woman.
She looks so much like it.
Like, I'm starting to get that vibe. Like, she's an awesome person. She's a great actress. She looks like a goddess, clearly. And it's like, yeah, we don't deserve her. Like, we just don't. She was sent from somewhere else that is much better than here.
Yes, it's called Israel. Yeah. So she was in Virginia, the Innova Health Children's Hospital. And she was wearing a costume because we talked not too long ago. They are filming Wonder Woman 84 and fishing up. So I think it's a good, that to represent, goodness and to do this. I mean, it's, is it publicity? I mean, a little bit, yeah. But I mean, it's a good thing. And, bringing joy to these young kids who are sick. It's a good thing. She's pretty awesome.
Yeah. All right. What's next?
All right, it's kind of a tragic story, but very interesting because I've never heard of a situation like this. But from USA Today, a honeymooning couple died tragically in a zipline accident in Honduras, which means they were ziplining at the same time and they collided with each other, in which the husband and wife hit each other with so much force that
they both died?
The husband died.
Oh. Well,
he died the next day, and the wife had to be flown to a hospital in Florida. And, broken ribs.
Wait, she had to be flown to a hospital in Florida from Honduras?
Yeah.
So Honduras hospitals are like, yeah, no dice.
Yeah.
No bueno.
Yep. The husband was complaining about breathing problems, died the next day, and his wife was flown to a hospital in Florida.
So he had, internal bleeding and stuff?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He suffered... broken rib, serious injuries. It broke. This link isn't being too specific about it, but they just collided.
All right, so it's like they're both on the same line. Yeah,
and they hit each other. And
were they going in the same direction or opposite directions?
I did not see. They were not specific in that part of it. The island is home to several zipline attractions. The company has been suspended right now.
Well,
obviously,
the whole thing about that recreational tourism stuff that I know people are really into in Central America, it is not regulated in the slightest. Where you got stuff like zip lines, you got stuff like parasailing, where everyone's drunk and the tourists are all drunk and they're like, "Let's do this, man." And meanwhile, it's just some dude on a boat. There's no oversight. The safety gear is third hand from Amazon. It's like, okay.
From the Amazon.
Sure. I don't know why more injuries don't pop up, to be honest.
I mean, they probably are. They're just covering it all up. But I don't know. It was just a random news story I saw. And I'm just how, I feel like those should be, falling off a zip line. Yeah. But, come on. How two people colliding at such force where, I don't know. Yeah. It's just, tragic, as I said. And, oh, man, I just, like that. That's how you go. You go up to the pearly gates of heaven, and they're like, what happened? Car accident. What happened to you? I was murdered. What happened to you? Long life. What happened to you? Zip lining.
Yeah, plus, it's got to be weird to survive it and then die. That's got to be rough. Anyways, that's the news.
The news with Uncle Dick.
We went out on a happy
Channel
one.
4 News team, I'm Veronica Corningstone.
And I'm Ron Burgundy. Go yourself, San Diego.
What you got going on this weekend, Nick?
I want to Comic-Con. I wanted to kind of watch and see new trailers that's going to pop up. Good news stories coming from there. I might try to see a movie as well.
Which one? Ant-Man?
I saw Ant-Man.
How was it?
It was pretty good. I liked it a lot.
What movie are you going to see?
I either wanted to see Jurassic World or I think I knew some friends wanted to see The Incredibles. I'm like, well,
Still?
Yeah. I'm like, I'd see it. I hear it's really good, so.
Yeah. Show's available on iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. And if you enjoy the show, tell a friend, spread the word, add to the Dromey Homie Army. Big thanks to producer Allie for making us not sound so stupid. But for Nick, I'm Andy, saying and young sayonara, and bye-bye. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks for listening to Bowl with Andy Carlson, Minnesota's 87th best daily podcast. Download the show on iTunes. Everyone's middle name is Jerome.